everyone, welcome to Working On It. I'm Dr. A and I'm a clinical psychologist aiming to make your life just a bit more manageable. Remember, the tools and the tidbits that you pick up on this channel are purely educational. They can't replace therapy, but with some practice they can help you along in your daily life. So let's get started. Today and next time will be very special editions of Working On It because we will be talking about how to get over any fear step by step. This is exactly what I would do with somebody in the office in therapy who comes to me with a specific phobia or a specific fear. This is how I would address any fear in any realm, basically. So let's get started. Today, in this part of the two videos, we will be talking about what is something that is an obstacle to our fear and actually what doesn't help it, what makes it grow. So the thing that I'm talking about is avoidance, which sucks because it feels so good to avoid. If I have social anxiety and I have plans and I'm so nervous, it feels so good to cancel those plans. You have instant relief, and who doesn't want a little bit of instant gratification, right? If I tell myself I'm scared of elevators and I tell myself, you know what? When I get in that building today, I'm going to challenge myself and I'm going to take that elevator to the 5th floor. And then I don't take the elevator, I take the stairs. Oh my God, best feeling in the world. It feels so good. But I'm here to be the bearer of bad news. Not only does avoidance keep our fears, but it actually makes them grow. I know, so annoying. It actually makes them grow exponentially. So I have, to this day, I'm working on it, I have a really bad fear of flying. But you know where it started for a lot of people, is after 9/11. After 9/11, I was a little bit scared before of flying, a little bit uncomfortable with it, but after 9/11, I said, no way, Jose, I'm not getting on that plane. See you later. Enjoy your vacations. Everybody send me pictures because I'm going to stay where I am, put right here, safe and sound. But guess what? I didn't fly for a long time, for years. And then when I came back to flying, was my fear nice in a box where I left it in a little safe? No. My fear had grown so much that it had become a full-fledged phobia. I didn't leave it as a phobia, but it became a phobia, which became a much bigger problem. But avoiding in the minute felt so good. Saying, no, I'm not flying there, I'm not flying here, I'm only doing driving. It felt so good. But that's the problem with avoidance, is that we get the short-term relief, but we create a big, long-term problem. Whether it is something, a very simple fear, a very complex fear, or something that makes us anxious or stressed, avoidance is our biggest enemy, and that's what I'm here to tell you. We have to take this part very seriously. Let's do an example. So there's lots of different fears. People are afraid of flying like me. People are afraid of sharks, elevators, confined spaces in general. People have social anxiety and have fears about being humiliated or judged. The one that I want to talk about today is, let's say that we develop a fear of dogs. Let's say we did have a bad experience. All our fears started from somewhere. They didn't just pop up one day, right? Our brain deemed that something is threatening and told us to stay away, and we listened. So that came from somewhere. Let's say I had either a scary experience with a dog. Let's say it was, well, let's turn the tables on golden retrievers. Let's say I had a bite from a golden retriever. They're so cute and friendly. So let's say that, right? I had a bite from a golden retriever, or I got really startled by a golden retriever. And now, guess what? I'm going to avoid golden retrievers. I'm going to look for them when I'm walking down the street. If somebody's walking a golden retriever, I'm going to cross the road. Even more avoidance, right? Now, does our fear stay there? Do our behaviors just stay at avoiding golden retrievers, or avoiding maybe pet stores where they might be, avoiding when somebody's walking their dog crossing the street? No way. Unfortunately, when we listen to that part of our brain that's telling us, you better avoid this or else something bad's going to happen, when we listen to that part of our brain goes, ooh, what else can I invent? What else? Because, hey, she's listening, he's listening, so what else? And unfortunately, our brain kicks it up a notch. And our brain says, you know what? Actually, it's not golden retrievers. It's just dogs in general. You're scared of dogs now. It could happen with any dog. And you're like, oh my God, it could happen with any dog. And what comes with that? Well, you can't go to parks anymore, can you? Certainly not dog parks, but you can't go to parks where dogs are allowed because guess what? Many people take their dogs to the park. And if we listen to that part of our brain, guess what? You can't go to people's houses that you don't know that well, or a party of somebody you don't know that well. Can't meet new people anymore because there might be a dog at that house. There might be a dog at that barbecue. So now we have to avoid that, right? So what started out as a bad experience in one specific instance, an outlier, we've now expanded to avoiding people's houses, parks, dog parks. We have now made our world significantly and noticeably smaller, and it doesn't stop there. The more we listen to those parts of our brain saying, this is dangerous, you better listen to me, the more our mind gets bold and says, okay, good, you're listening to me, good. Let me tell you what else you should be avoiding. So where our fear started was with here and this much of the world. Now our fear is up here and this much of the world. You see how it works. So avoidance truly, truly makes our fear expand from something that was just a bad experience to a full-fledged phobia. And it happens like this, instantly. So we have to be very, very careful to not avoid. So in the next video, what we're going to be talking about is taking this idea, now that we know that avoidance is our enemy, even though it feels good in the moment, we are going to be taking this abstract idea of avoidance being our enemy and saying, okay, well, how do I not avoid? We are going to be approaching our fears step by step, little by little, until we feel more and more comfortable with it. I will take you exactly through how to do that. So come tune in for part 2, where we will talk about, like I said, exactly how I do it with people in the office. We're going to do it from the comfort of our own home. It applies to any fear in any setting. So come back for part 2 and watch. I post videos every Tuesday and Friday, and in the next video, just like I said, we will be doing part 2 of how to get over our fears. We will be talking about how to not avoid, but how to do it methodically, how to do it step by step, and where it won't cause us to freak out and have a panic attack, right? I'm not going to push you too hard. You are going to set your pace. Until then, notice when you are avoiding in your life, what your fear is and what the associated avoidances are. My fear is elevators, so I make sure that the buildings I go to have stairs or have stairs as an option. My avoidance is social situations, so honestly, I just cancel plans or make excuses. Or when I'm there, I make sure that I have a getaway exit, right? The getaway plan. I bring my own car, whatever it is. Start to notice until the next video what your fear is and what the avoidances are, what behaviors you do specifically to avoid. Just notice until next time. I'm not asking you to change anything right now. Just notice the avoidance and mark it in your head. Okay? Got this. See you for part 2 next time.